Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Mount Deurklink. Now, in today's episode, I want to breathe some life into this little town here in the middle. These buildings, they're quite nice. The path also looks okay with these decorations. But I think it could use a little bit, a more of a festive look. So, what I'm going to do today is add some festive flags, which look like they've been, suspended between the buildings. Now, I have a nice trick to do that. I took it from the park, Storybrook Glen. I made a video about that park. It's a really nice park and it uses some cool tricks. Anyway, the ride I'm going to use for this is the mini suspended coaster, because the lay down cars for it, they kind of look like flags if you put them in a nice way. Okay, I've now built the track for it. So just to give you an idea of what this would look like, let me select the laydown cars. I'll have to disable the vehicle limits and turn it into ride mode, which allows more, a non-full circuit. So the powered launch. I think 20 cars should be enough. And let me quickly put it in test mode. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want one car with 20 cars per train. That's what I wanted. Alright. And this is sort of what it would look like. And then I would change it into a crooked house to make the track invisible. And there you go. So, yeah, you can see these things here suspended over the path. And now I'll give them a nice color just to show you more what I want it to be like. So this is sort of what it would look like. Of course I would play a bit with the colors. I want to have all these flags in different colors, and I'll suspend them between more of these buildings. Alright, so this is what the first set would look like. Now there's one issue with this train type, because normally it's just one car per train, and that means I can only color all of them at the same time. There's no option for me to color all these single cars in this train, because normally you can have only one car per train, so it would make no sense for the game to have that option. So in order to bypass that, I'm first going to change it into a different ride type, and then going to change all the cars, the car colors on that ride, on that different vehicle type. And after I have changed all the colors on those vehicles with the ride vehicle editor plugin, I will change all these vehicles back to laydown cars. Okay, first I'm going to try and find a car which sort of has the same spacing as these vehicles, and then later I will change them back. Alright, I've found the multi-dimension coaster to be closest to the spacing that I wanted for this for the laydown cars. So I've changed all the colors now, and now I'm going to change it back into the laydown cars using the right vehicle editor. Because if I changed it back the normal way, then they would all have their default colors again. Alright, I think this looks quite cool. So we have these festive looking flags now suspended between these buildings. Now, to be fair, they do look a little bit low here, and that's probably because of the way I spawned them in. I may try to put them a little bit higher, but for now I'm happy with the way they look. So I'm going to add more of these strands in between the buildings. Okay, something I've noticed is that there's still a few rides which don't have a name yet. So that's something I'm going to tackle first. It's quite annoying to find an inverted impulse coaster, a lift one, and another lift one. So they probably need a better name. Okay, I'm quite. I'm starting to like the way these little flags are looking. Now it does look like we may have a few cars too many, so they glitch through the building here. So to fix that, I'm simply going in the right vehicle editor, and I'm going to try and find the vehicle that causes it, and then I'm going to turn it into a maze, and then that should turn that vehicle invisible. Alright, it looks like that vehicle that was glitching through the wall here is now invisible. It looks like the green vehicle here is doing the same, so here I'll also change it. Alright, I quite like this, so I'm simply going to expand this pattern. From here I'm going to this building over here, and then probably crossing over to the purple building here. And then to the hotel, and then to the opposite side again, and then finally to this building over here. I think that should give the town a bit of a festive look. Okay, this is pretty annoying to do, but I'm already really liking the result so far. So it starts over here between these buildings, then it crosses over to this side. This building is actually connected on 3 points, and then it just continues on in this direction. I'm really liking it so far. So just a few more buildings to do. Alright, I think this adds a nice and colorful touch to the little town. I think it looks a lot happier now. And yeah, I really like the way this looks, with these little flags suspended between all the buildings. Kinda reminds me of my hometown, where every year in a festive week the entire town is also covered in flags suspended between the buildings. So yeah, I'm really happy with this, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, when I'm looking around the town I still see some rough spots, like this part over here, and there's some cliffs which still look square. So I'm just quickly going to build around the town and going to try and finish up those spots. Alright, and for the final part of the episode, I think it will be nice to add another patron to the park. I think this area over here will be nice for a patron. So I'm just going to prepare a little path here. There we go. And then I'll add a new entertainer. Alright, this entertainer is named Sacoms. He's been a patron for quite a long time, so thanks for the support, really appreciate it, and I hope you like your spot in the park. Alright, that was it for this episode. It was quite a lot of work to make these, but I'm really happy with the way they became. Alright, hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.